friends, we are going to show you the best episode ever, right? Yep, right. Yep, right. Yep, right. Yep, right. Yep, right. Yep, right. Yep, right, left. Yep, right, left.
Sun's up.
It's a little after 12. Make breakfast for myself. Leave the work for someone else. Wow. Did that feel like an emotional and physical release for you?
No.
Good children.
Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Good Children, the podcast where hosts Joe Hegyes
And Andrew Muscarella.
reflect on our 22 years of friendship.
Oh my god. Growing up in the late 2000s, early 2010s.
And all of the nostalgia
trauma.
and rainy days that go along with it.
I do love a rainy day because you know what about me? I love to do everything. But when it's raining, it gives me an excuse to do nothing.
So which is it? Do you like to do nothing or do you like to do everything?
I take back what I said. I don't love to do everything, but I find myself doing everything. But I love to do nothing.
Yeah, someone like me, a rainy day is best possible case scenario.
Yeah.
Best possible case scenario.
What are you doing on a rainy day?
As an adult?
As an adult right now.
Actually, I'm kind of processing that trauma in real time because it's been rainy lately, and I don't love that because I do want to get a little bit of a tan going.
Yeah, you're loving the rooftop.
I'm loving the rooftop, although
What?
it's just like an invitation to be slutty. Our new
So
roof.
you feel like the sun on your skin means your Speedo out, and so is your bulge?
Yes.
Okay, that's very interesting.
TSOMSMYSOASIYB.
I've never
That's my
heard-
favorite acronym.
I actually have never heard that voice before.
What do you mean?
I didn't mean it like that. It just did.
Was it like hyper gay?
It was like, I couldn't even, it was like, no, I can't. I actually don't even know how to explain it.
So what are we talking about today?
Today we're talking about what we are doing on a rainy day. It's summer. You know, it's thunderstorming. It's lightning. It's thundering. And what are we watching on the screen? What are we eating? What are we doing?
Oh,
who are we
geez.
seeing?
I loved a rainy day in the summer more than almost any other day.
It's the smell.
Because listen, I'm all about the elements. You know what I mean?
Always.
When it comes to it, it's all about the elements. Like, and more so the stereotypical elements that you would see like in a kindergarten classroom. Like, you know, the pictures that'd be like winter, spring, summer, fall.
Yes.
And it'd be like snow, rain in the spring, sun in the summer, and then like leaves in the fall. Listen, I have no idea why I'm saying that. If I'm being honest,
like,
as I started to say it, I was like, I don't really know what.
I was like, what beautiful message could you have about the elements?
I lost
of
it.
the
I
seasons?
kind of lost it.
It's basically, it's like your seasons of love.
What I was trying to say is like I love leaves and I love snow and I love rain. Like I love when something is falling from the sky.
I love getting deep with you.
What the hell are you saying?
It's like so surface level. It's like I love leaves and I love sun. There is something so beautiful about the torrential downpour hitting the roof
Yes.
that you're just kind of like, I hope the gutter can handle it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like that's a metaphor for life.
I hope
The gutter can handle it.
Do you remember our rain gutter debate?
Yeah.
And
it
now
was embarrassing.
Well, both things were gutters, is what we
Yeah.
found out.
Yeah.
I still think getting your mind out of the gutter means the street, though.
You think? Yeah, I think
If my mind is in the rain gutter, that seems
Is
like
it mind out of the gutter or head out of the gutter? Head out of the gutter makes sense because your head could physically be in the gutter on the street, right? It's not going to be in the gutter on the roof, right?
I don't think listen.
What?
I think for both of our sakes,
We should put it past us?
completely forget about this for the rest of our lives.
Okay. I think that we'll never talk about it again.
Never again. Like, this is our secret.
Okay.
So it's raining, it's summer. As a kid, like, I mean, I could almost trace back a rainy day through, like, certain periods of my life.
Yes.
Like, when we were working at summer camp together and it rained, best day of my life.
Because we sat inside the entire time. No, you thought it was the best of your life until they said, again, clean the bathrooms.
No, the option was get paid and stay there, or you can just go home and not get paid for the
and
day. I was like, Mom, pick me up. I'm going home.
Mom pick me up, and I'd be like, I'll stay.
And then I'd be jealous and I'd have to stay. That was what sucked, yeah.
Yeah, because I always, like, peer pressured you into staying for, like, $7.
Yeah, actually, for $7 an hour.
But it was fun with the guys. We're one of the boys.
What are you talking about? What guys? What boys?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the rink.
No, and we were summer camp counselors.
Oh, summer camping. Oh yeah, we were arts and crafts thing downstairs.
We would make little posters. We always had the gayest jobs. The gayest job you could have is a camp counselor.
Yeah, I think it's being a camp counselor.
And that's not just because we just saw theater camp starring Ben Platt last night.
No, and I will say that we are going to share that entire story on our Patreon. So
yeah, it was already shared on Friday. It's live.
Yeah.
So if you want to hear more about that story, you know exactly where to find it.
It was crazy.
It is a very gay job to be a camp counselor.
It's very, because again, like, nothing strenuous about it.
Well, it's pretty, Andrew, it's pretty strenuous.
I guess it's nothing labor intensive.
It's pretty labor intensive. You're like watching after children.
I'm like break their arms. Standing there.
In like the heat.
Yeah, you know exactly. I'm like sweating and I'm like complaining about how hot it is. Like that's pretty gay to me.
Doing like you're playing kickball. You're like using the big thing. You know the one, the parachute. That's labor intensive.
I actually loathe that thing.
Are you kidding?
You loved that parachute?
When the parachute came out in gym class, I knew it was going to be one of the best days of my life.
Because you would be the one that ran right underneath it?
Yeah, and I would love to just do the thing with it. I love just doing the thing, you know? Up and down.
Up and down. You have like a little bicep curl with a parachute.
And that's why my biceps are so strong.
They are.
Because of the parachute thing.
They are.
And then like you put a little kickball in the middle and you'd be throwing it up in the air.
That is kind of fun.
It was the best. I love the parachute.
But I really don't think that being a camp counselor was like, I mean, I guess we would leave so tired. I was working with 5-year-olds. It was like we were playing steal the bacon every 30 minutes.
And I'm sure you were stealing that bacon.
I wanted all of the bacon.
And the other strenuous part, there was a few elements to being a camp counselor. Who knows what this episode's about? There was a few elements to being a camp counselor that were intense. One, I at least once a summer had a kid break an arm or a leg under my watch. And then what
does that say about you?
That I wasn't watching. And I've said it before in this podcast. No one should be paying a child to watch a child. That's insane. That's an insane thing to do.
You weren't a child.
I was like 19.
You were like 19 years old. You know what I mean?
I would almost trust a child more than a 19-year-old to watch a child. I was on Grindr. You know what I mean? That's worse.
And I didn't even know.
Yeah. But then a kid breaks an arm, whatever, they're sobbing, it's fine. What's worse is that you know you have to face the music. You have to face that parent. Praying to God the mom shows up. When the dad shows up, I'm like, I don't want to talk to you.
No, because they very well could say it's your fault.
And it's undeniably my fault.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm sorry that your kid was on top of the playground.
This is the thing. Get the kids. No, kids should have fun. Don't get me wrong. Get them
the kids off the playground.
Get them off the monkey bars. Get them off the monkey bars. I mean, that has break my arm written all over it.
I've actually was just recently thinking, like, it's probably really stressful to, like, take a kid to a playground. I was, like, really like, oh, wow, that's actually not, like, a fun thing to do. Because I'd be, like, I think I'd be hypervigilant.
But, Joe, I think what we're learning here, and if we want to parent ourselves again so we can parent children, you gotta let them break their arm.
Yes, I never broke a single bone, and now it's like I'd be terrified to break a bone.
Yes.
If my kid breaks a bone, I'm gonna say, slay! Like, slay boots, you did it. You did that, sis.
You did that. Go to the hospital. We're getting ice cream.
Yeah.
On the way. You're amazing.
Yeah.
But don't worry about it. Everyone's gonna sign your cast. You're so popular.
I'm never gonna prioritize popularity with my children.
Yeah, same. There's a lot of noises in here tonight.
There's something in the room. Last week it was ants. This week it's a poltergeist.
Yeah. Oh, now I do kind of miss camp. There was also, again, always trauma associated with camp, and I think that's a very gay experience.
What?
Them just saying you're gay. I feel like a 5 to 7-year-old would be like, why do you talk like that? Or why do you look like that?
That never really happened to me. I guess because I'm really straight passing. It just never happened to me.
Yeah. You were also like just big and scary.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're
Thank you for
welcome.
calling me big and scary. That's very sweet.
I wouldn't say that you're scary now. You're just big.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I mean, it's like, keep going. Keep going. Their true colors are being shown.
Yeah, today so far, I'm like, your voice, you're big. But rainy days, back to childhood. You know that before I was coming, you want to go to camp. What do you
camp?
I think that I really, really do, Joe. Like, I do genuinely believe that we should do a sleepaway camp.
I'm not joking. I was saying this last night. Ross is in my room and I called out to you and you didn't hear me. And I said, you know what? Thank God. Because I was about to say to you, do you want to open a summer camp?
Joe. Yeah.
No, I know, but like, no.
Why?
Because, it's like so much work. It's like too much work.
I think that we can absolutely do it. I think that if we did it as summer camp for like, what age group? I mean, our listeners.
Well, that's a whole different story. Yeah, I would love to do that kind of like a good, like next summer do Camp Good Children.
I actually could throw up.
Like if everyone here listening tells 25 people to listen to this podcast and they all start listening every week.
How many people you want at this camp?
We need enough people who are in the Northeast who will travel to go to Camp Good Children next summer.
Maybe I'm delusional. I think 100 people would come. I think we cap it at 100.
Well, what kind of summer camp is that? With 100? I mean, maybe that's a thing. Maybe that's possible.
You want 500 people for the summer camp?
You know what? You have a good point. 100 people seems fair.
Can you imagine?
How many cabins?
I'd be sick
like 10
to my
cabins,
stomach
5 people in a cabin.
I would say 10 people in a cabin. 10 cabins.
10 people in the cabin. 10. That's kind of sucks, though. Would you want to sleep in a cabin with 9 strangers right now as your adult self?
No, well, that's camp.
And I guess it's listeners. There's like kind of a bond there.
It's bunk beds.
It's bunky wonkies.
But you'll have the best food you've ever had.
Why? You're cooking it?
I would be in the kitchen.
This is the thing, though. No, you wouldn't.
Why?
You wouldn't. You're going to be in the industrial camp kitchen cooking for the... No, you're not.
I might tell them what to make. I might be...
So we're going to...
I might be head chefing. I might be tasting as we go.
You don't think there's going to be a head chef who works at the summer camp already? We're going to be clearly renting out a summer camp for a week, right? For a weekend. So there's going to be a head chef. Okay. And then you're going to walk in and say, I have no qualifications. I am gay and I have a podcast and I want to take control of the kitchen. And that lesbian head chef is going to say, absolutely, go ahead.
Can I be in charge of sweets? Can I be in charge of cookies? Can I do something?
I mean, it's up to you. I want to know if you'll actually take on the responsibility.
Joe, I step up to the plate.
Where are the cookies that were supposed to be sent out with every merch order?
I'm sorry. Did I say that?
For absolutely sure.
No, well, we don't have the funds. So I think everyone could agree. But back to the sweets. You know that in the morning, if there was rain and I knew I was coming over your house, I was baking you a cookie.
You love to bake me a cookie.
A peanut butter cookie, a chocolate chip cookie, a lemon bar, a s'mores cookie, and anything.
S'mores cookie, trigger warning. It's like popular on TikTok now.
I know. My mom sent me that and she was like, that really could have been you.
It could have been you.
And I'm just a flop.
Yeah.
Now people just see me on TikTok and they're like,
No. I think everyone who sees you is proud of you. It's rainy. You're whipping up some form of pastry, some form of baked good. Mm-hmm. You're like, I mean, what age range is this?
I would say age range. This is probably at this point 12 to 15, 12 to 16.
Yeah, I feel like that was your peak baking era.
That was peak bake.
At that point for me, age 12, it's raining. I'm on Webkins. Like age 15, it's raining.
You're on Webkins.
No, I'm on Tumblr.
Yeah, I know.
I unfortunately pivoted it away. I wish. I think my brain would be so much better if I was on Webkins instead at that age.
Yeah. You know what I did love in the summer though?
What?
A rainy swim.
That's dangerous.
Only if there was lightning.
Yeah, but you could never know when it was going to lightning.
Yeah, but the thing is, if there was a drizzle in the water, I think we were completely fine. I remember being in the pool with you a few times.
I mean, I lived for it.
Yeah, absolutely. But it wasn't so dangerous.
It was a little dangerous because you never knew. I've always had a fear of dying in a pool. Oh, I just made that one up.
Yeah, it was just.
I just kind of made that up.
Dork and nerd, and we're going swimming. We're going swimming. What's that? Did I hear we're going swimming? Yeah. Oh my god, that is awesome. We're going swimming. guys, it's me, Nerd! And Dork. And now, we're going to the pool. We got that down in our bathing suits. And now we're going inside. Let's go! Yes, Dork, you know how I hurt my foot and there's an indent in it now? Yeah, it's still there. It hurts deeply. Oh, you know, like 10,000 ice water. What? Whoa! Dork, get the life preserver. Dork!
No, yeah, a rainy swim was, because it was like, in my head, I'm like, I'm in a movie right now.
Yes,
I'm
always.
like, I am in a tank on a backlot in Hollywood.
Yep.
Filming like Pirates of the Caribbean.
Correct.
And I am the mermaid.
You are the mermaid, and there is, to your point, you are feeling a little edgy. There's thrill.
Drama. There's
a thrill.
drama.
Because also, if there was to be lightning, it's like, oh my god,
yeah,
it's giving Wizard of Oz. Like, you need to go in. You like, it's like anti-M. You're scared.
I loved when a storm would drop down like that. You'd be like, we got to get inside right this instant.
The storm beat down. Were you ever thinking, I'm getting struck?
Being struck by lightning has actually never crossed my mind, except when watching the Chris Colfer film Struck by Lightning.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think I was ever concerned. I think that like that is kind of my lowest priority of ways to die.
I kind of feel like I had it in the back of my head, like, well, I was gonna be struck.
There's a difference between
I'm sure you probably fed that to me.
No, I'm just thinking, like, if one of us was to get struck by lightning, I think everyone would agree.
It's me? You think?
Because
we had precautionary measures.
So special.
Oh my god, because I'm special, I'd be struck?
Yes. Like,
so
you're like, you deserve once in a lifetime experiences.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
I do remember, like, really, like, taking precautionary measures. Like, if I was to feel a tingle on my, like, in my hair stick up a little bit, like, you have to drop. You have to drop. Like, if you're by a tree, get the fuck away from the tree. Like,
who the fuck taught you this?
Oh, Joe, this is like common knowledge, like that, like, is passed on by generation to generation.
It's folklore.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
I mean, if my hair started standing up and I felt a tingle, I would say, let it be.
And you would get struck.
Let it be. Because...
Have you seen what it looks like when you get struck?
Yeah.
That, like, beautiful vine. It's kind of nature's tattoo.
Yeah, if you survive it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you survive it.
Yeah, I guess I shouldn't make fun of people getting struck.
No, I'm sure a listener has been struck by lightning. And
I'm sure, and I'm literally so sorry, but the scars
to your beautiful. I never understood from scars to your beautiful. I don't understand.
I think it should have been like, your scars are beautiful.
Well, that doesn't sound right either, because that might encourage self-harm.
You're right.
But like, from scars, so from having scars to you're beautiful, I guess that's what it means.
I think it's the two there for me. That doesn't.
From scars to you're beautiful.
Oh, I get it.
Like, from having scars to saying you're beautiful.
You're beautiful. She should have changed it, like, her voice inflection. Be like, from scars to you're beautiful.
So she's like, da.
Yeah.
Those aren't the lyrics to the song. It's not even the name of the song. I still don't really get it, because scars to you're beautiful, it's not YOU''RE. It's you're possessive. But we're completely wrong anyway. But it's raining.
I actually can't. I can't handle when we have a theme and we always bring it back. And we're like, but it's raining.
It's raining and you're over. And I was very into, like, pillow play. You know what I mean?
Oh, jeez. What do you mean? PP? What do you mean?
My favorite thing to do was, like, take a comforter, take some pillows, and bring them to the floor.
Yes.
Like, that's cozy. Maximum coziness.
Why do you need a couch when you can just have a comforter?
And no one should have couches. Everyone should have a comforter instead. And that's
agree.
It. Like, I remember, I feel like we would go into the playroom.
Yes.
Blankets on the floor, making it like kind of like a nest. And in my head, I'm like, I'm in Saphira's nest from Aragon. You know, like, that's what's happening behind the wall for me.
Have you ever lost sight of that imagination?
Sometimes I think about, like, I used to go to sleep when I had my old bedroom, which is the wall next to this one, my childhood bedroom. And I had the fish mural, the ocean mural. I would, like, go to sleep at night and be like, I am
Oh, geez, what? Say it.
I'm in a submarine. And I'm sorry.
You're in a submarine?
I'm sorry to bring up the S word. But I used to imagine that I was in the submarine from Spy Kids and like go to sleep, and like that would be like how I fell asleep. I do feel like the imagination has been lost a little bit. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I think I'm just living with undiagnosed schizophrenia. So it's still there. And I know that you're feeling the same thing.
I'm feeling the same way, like to a point where, again, you did get the content, but I recently woke up this weekend and immediately looked up what is schizophrenia, and then
it was the first thing you did when you woke up.
Yes, because I woke up and I was like, you know what,
something's off,
and I have found myself, and this is me just airing all of my dirty laundry at this point, I found myself talking more often than not to myself, but then like situationally talking,
like you were putting yourselves in places you weren't.
Yes.
Okay,
but I don't. You have you're seeing things?
No, I saw something. There's like a piece of. There's some dust floating in the air. I'm sorry. I think I have binocular vision disorder. Continue.
No, this is actually just a self-diagnosed podcast. No, I don't see or hear things, so I don't have it.
Okay. Yeah.
I was thinking yet.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said yet because I do see things and I do hear things.
It's really crazy because like what's going to happen here is I do believe it's going to be schizophrenia by proxy because SPP. I'm going to go forward from this moment saying I could be struck by lightning. I'm also going to say schizophrenia is on the horizon for me.
These are things that I hate to bring it up.
Say it.
You brought up.
No, I know, but the confirmation is never a good thing.
I just don't want to reject your ideas.
I think that's what I've been realizing lately is you have been really enabling me with my ideas, which is such a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
it's such a beautiful
thing. But it's raining out. It's raining out, and we built this cute little fort-ish. I love the fort.
I love a fort, and like I love to be cozy, and I honestly I did love, and it wasn't often, taking a ninny nonny in your house. Like,
when were you ninny nonnying at my home?
Well, I know for a fact I slept on that
the recliner
chair
for sure.
And like there is something very homey about your home. It was relaxing, but I knew that if I was going to sleep, this is the one thing: if you're gonna go to sleep at Joe's house with a content creator.
It's like
it was documented.
I have one picture of you sleeping in 2012, and your hair looks excellent. And I've always said that.
You've always said that I look good with the long hair.
I've always said curly hair for you, and you keep brushing it out. And I was like, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing.
There was this like stigma against curly hair. You know what I mean?
There is still, which is crazy.
It kind of felt like when I was growing up, like if you had curly hair, like you were weird. And maybe that was like only the people that I knew. And again, I don't agree with that now. I love my curly hair. But that was what I saw.
Yeah.
I was like, you had curly hair and glasses? No. Now I have curly hair and glasses and I'm like fully embracing it.
Yeah. Well, you never wear your glasses.
I don't wear my glasses.
I love when you wear your glasses.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
I'm always team glasses. This is so bad.
Yeah, no, I really did love playing fort. Did we ever really play fort? Like a fort? Fort? What was the word I was saying yesterday?
What?
What was the word?
Where were we?
In the apartment.
It's
never mind. It's not even worth it.
I don't remember ever hearing anyone play fort.
Fort.
Why are you saying that? I'm scared. I don't know. I mean, like I would build forts. I love to build forts.
But like you wouldn't play fort?
I don't know what that means, Andrew. I don't know what that means.
I just kind of feel like you would like pretend to be in like a DCOM. You know what I mean? Like you're like playing fort. It's kind of Cadet Kelly-esque. It's kind of giving army.
What the hell?
It's kind of giving army in your fort. No.
What?
Like you're Oh God.
I don't know what you mean by play fort. I mean, I feel like when I had the playground outside of my house. What was it called?
I'm like making this up.
I think you are. But the swing set that I used to have in my backyard, that was kind of fort-esque.
I never liked the swing set.
You never liked the swing set?
No.
Wait, spill.
Yeah, I never liked. I don't even know if it was just your swing set. I never liked the swing set.
You don't like swinging?
Well, I do like swinging. I just believe that sometimes when you swing on a swing set, especially when you're a little bit larger, you feel the swing set. And sometimes it's not always great to feel the swing set.
Because you're like, I could take this down.
Because that swing is not set. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like that swing is potentially going to break.
But did you like the fort? You got to play fort.
I did get to play fort. I did love that.
And the little slide?
Listen, the slide was never cutting it for me. I think that we all love to play. And I think that, swing sets, it is beautiful. And, like, even now I see my nieces, I'm like, you guys are having so much fun on that playground.
You were never having fun on the playground?
Unless the slide was knocking my socks off, I just feel like I wasn't having that much fun.
I would still have fun on the playground to this day.
I want a long slide. I want a swivel slide.
Oh, well, of course.
But how many people can have a swivel slide
right,
in their backyard?
Yeah.
That's a luxury some people can't afford.
That's a luxury for Northwest. You know what I mean?
You're
for
right.
Chicago West.
For Chicago West.
No, but I do remember, like, we definitely used the playground as a prop for some footage in our lives. Like,
always.
I would use it as an airplane. I would use it as again to play fort, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
You were shooting people when you were playing fort?
I was.
I don't like
I was
that.
either shooting or throwing things. Because, like, your whole thing was, like, I want to break down your fort.
Remember Disney Channel On Demand? Do you remember the luxury of Disney Channel On Demand?
And I don't know if you had Optimum, but it was
I had
501. It was
For what?
501.
For Disney Channel On Demand?
Channel. Right?
I feel like I would go to Guide. I feel like I never went to a number.
Was that?
But I kind of think...
I think I might be right.
I think you may be right. I don't remember. It really was... What I liked about Disney Channel On Demand, actually, was you kind of got sneak peeks into what was happening because they'd premiere episodes a week early on Disney Channel On Demand.
I remember that.
And sometimes they'd premiere entire series. Like, I think Hannah, I think Wizards of Waverly Place,
Yes.
I watched early.
Yes.
Definitely High School Musical. I will never forget watching that one a week early. I will never forget
And it kind of felt like you were, like, you could break the news. You know what I mean? Like, you had the inside scoop.
Yes. I will never forget when Camp Rock came out and I was in middle school and I was with Matt Nash and we were in gym and Amanda was done with school. My older sister was done with school for high school and she was watching it a week early on without me and was live texting me. And she was like, I am so jealous of Demi Lovato. And then I remember saying that to being like, oh my God, my sister's watching Camp Rock. She says, like, she's so jealous of Demi Lovato. And then he was
What
like,
did he say?
why? And I was like, because she's like kissing Joe Jonas in Camp Rock.
And he's like, I don't think that, like, people should be jealous of people.
He was like,
that.
oh. And I was like, oh, I guess, like, you're not gay.
Oh, you just wanted the gossip. You wanted someone to be like,
Oh
my God. That would have been me.
Yeah. You'd be like, you used to make some gay jokes about yourself when you were closeted.
Yes. What I would say, like, I wish that was me.
Yeah,
Like,
you'd be like,
I'd kiss
oh my
him.
God, yeah. Which, like, kind of was, like, you're so close. You were so
I was
close
so
to the cusp.
I did make a lot of gay jokes.
Yeah. And they were so... I remember when you do it, it'd be so funny because, like, in my head, I'm like, yes. Like, we're so close here. We're almost breaking free.
And I wasn't one to say no homo. I never really did a no homo.
I think that we've
Here
had...
and there, we got to, like, middle school and then, like, high school, and then maybe you would end with a no homo. But I'd make that joke and I'd say...
Full homo.
And it would be silent afterwards. I'd be like, yeah.
Like, I top him. No, I can't imagine that I learned what topping was until I was in college.
No, me either.
That's what's so crazy about these kids these days. No, I learned topping in high school. I actually remember... I remember learning top versus bottom on Tumblr. And I remember playing the dumb straight boy who didn't understand it. And having... Actually, Elliot, who I still know to this day, was like, you're so straight, which was really sweet of him to say. And, like, explained to me what... Actually, he maybe explained by providing porn gifs of what someone topping looks like versus someone bottoming.
Okay.
And then, like, the next week I went to school and I was with our friend Frank, who's still our friend to this day, who's also gay. We were all closeted. And I'm sorry, this is a long story, but it is kind of funny. It's, like, a little bit funny. We were doing Anything Goes, so this makes it gayer. And in one of the songs, it's, but if baby, I'm the bottom, you're the top. So we'd always be making, like, top-bottom jokes from that. And then I remember someone asking, what does like bottoming and topping mean? And I was like, oh, it's like gay sex. And then Frank was like, no, it's straight sex. Like straight people bottom or straight people top. And I was like, no. But in my head, I was like, oh, I got outed. I was like, maybe I am wrong, and maybe straight people do bottom and top. And I was like, fuck, like I should never should have said that.
Wow.
And at the end of the day, we were all doing Anything Goes, the musical. So everyone there,
you
was
were all outed. I hate to say
everyone
it.
was bottoming.
But back to Disney on demand.
Back to Rain.
Back to Rain. No, but the one thing that was beautiful about the Rain, especially coming over your house, was the Disney on demand, was the like rewatching of the DCOMs.
Yeah.
Like, we love the Disney Channel original movie.
You guys, today,
Stop.
earlier to this day,
Stop.
we were talking to Christy Carlson Romano, star of Even Stevens, voice of Kim Possible, star of Cadet Kelly, famously has a podcast, famously has a YouTube channel, famously has a TikTok.
And like, hearing her speak, and we'll go into this more too on Patreon, but hearing her speak about her experiences was like truly beautiful.
Yeah, it's nice to see someone who like really owns what they've done and like is proud of it.
She put nostalgia in a really great light, and I think that too, like for us people who really focus on the past, it's looking back at it and being like, it is beautiful to continue the narrative, to tell the story.
Yeah, I loved Cadet Kelly.
I mean, that was a really good movie.
It was a really gay movie, which I think was like kind of crazy. But I know I've said this before on the podcast. Like, a lot of the Disney Channel original movies were like extremely queer coded, and I don't think it was an accident. I think the writers were gay. The 13th Year is literally a movie about a 13-year-old boy who becomes a mermaid.
Yeah.
Which, who is that for but a gay boy? You know what I mean? That's not for like, I mean, like maybe some really woke straight kid.
The girls have Ariel. We gotta give the boy something.
And like for me, that movie, I was like, this would be my dream case scenario, would be to become a mermaid at 13. Mm-hmm. So I remember like looking into it because I was like, this is kind of gay. And I'm pretty sure the writer is a gay man of that, of Smart House, of one of the other ones that's also really queer coded.
16 Candles. Was that past our time?
16 Candles is absolutely a John Hughes movie from the 80s. 16 Wishes, yes. I want to say. I mean, that's a hard one to get right because it's the same exact name.
You know I can't get Debbie at my head.
We've had this conversation for sure, but please.
I don't even want to talk about 16 Wishes anymore. I do think that like going
back
back
to... You were moving right along?
I was thinking now I went back to Cadet Kelly.
Yeah. When they paint her hair rainbow.
I mean,
they paint Christy's hair rainbow, and she's like so embarrassed.
Why was she always the bitch?
I don't know, because she's so sweet.
So sweet.
But listen, I kind of understand.
It shows
her
how
acting.
incredible an actor she is.
She was really always cast as like the extreme type A, like really uptight person. Mm-hmm. And
you think that when she it's something I would love to ask her, when she received those roles, she was like, yes, or she was like, stop. Like, I would like want to be nice.
I always think about Lindsay Lohan saying that she took Mean Girls because she wanted to play the character that wasn't the troubled teen, because she was doing like Herbie Fully Loaded, Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen, Freaky Friday, and those characters were all like the troubled teen.
Yeah.
And she was like, I think that she may have been actually offered Regina.
Oh, interesting.
Or something, and she was like, I want to play the good girl.
Yeah.
So probably, you probably are like, why am I getting typecast as this like person? Mm. But also, when you show that you're good at something, people are going to say, well, do more of it.
I completely agree.
Get down here, cadet.
Is that like PTSD for you?
Because I was a Cadet Kelly.
Yeah.
I didn't go to military camp, so no.
Some of us did.
You went to military camp, Andrew.
Have
you ever talked about Boy State yet?
I think, like, maybe briefly. I would really love one day to really go into it for like 45 minutes.
Next week is Boy State.
Yeah. But I did go to military camp. So
Andrew went to military camp.
Joe kept calling it like
gay camp.
It was like conversion therapy. No, but it actually wasn't. It was like a resume booster in my mind.
But it was
run by the Marines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by like Republican Marines, I thought.
Oh, for sure. For sure. And I had to wear a khaki.
And do push-ups.
And do push-ups whilst wearing khakis.
And you were like the last one on the run.
I was always the last one on the run. They had to end the run early for me.
But if baby I'm the bottom, you're the top.
Smart House.
I don't really know much about Smart House.
I will say that, like, I know that you were gonna like try to say that every movie is gay. I think that Smart House, it wasn't even gay. I feel like she's almost the opposite.
The woman, the house.
I don't think she would like
Gay
the gays.
people. Oh no, she'd be such a good homophobe. I wonder if that's the point. I don't really remember that movie. What happens? He wins a contest and gets a smart house.
I don't remember that movie either. But I'll tell you one thing. She was kind of giving, like, again, it was the technology evolving. She's like Alexa.
Yeah, Black Mirror.
Yeah, it was Black Mirror. But like, it's crazy to see that like it actually like came true.
Well, listen, I don't want to get into it, but I do believe.
Have you watched Black Mirror since?
I haven't watched the new season.
Okay.
I do believe that art informs life. I think that life imitates art more than art imitates life.
Absolutely.
And I think that Black Mirror's existence has actually led to some of these fucking inventions that are dark as hell, like the VR being able to see your memories. Somebody saw that in Black Mirror and was like, oh, you know what, let's make
genius.
that.
Yeah.
You know, like those things, like I really don't think that, like, I think the art we put out there does have consequences. And Smart House's consequences were seen.
Yeah.
Because a generation of kids watched that movie and they were like, wait, we could actually make that.
And then there was someone smart enough to be like, yeah,
let's apply our skills versus this idea, this memory.
Yeah.
So there's whenever those things happen, like even like with like 30 Rock, like MILF Island on 30 Rock became MILF Manor in real life. Like those things just happen.
What can we put out there that people are going to say?
We
like,
put out a lot so far. Thankfully, I think everything's been positive.
Okay.
My Halloween Town reboot, for example.
Yes. My sausage art invention, for example.
Yes.
It's like that
is art.
That's art.
Yes.
Because people are going to see that and they're going to say, we should make
do that. What else happens when it rains?
You read.
I want to talk about a few books really briefly. Who were the Spiderwick Chronicles made for, if not gay children? Like, I really mean this in full sincerity.
Okay,
and I'm not
please.
just trying to tell a joke.
Can you honestly like brief me a little bit more on the Spiderwick Chronicles?
Yes. Twins, Jared, gay.
Gay.
And like something else, also gay.
Yeah. Obviously, if it's something else.
Older sister who fences named Mallory, also gay. Single mother, gay. Like the whole, you know what I mean? Like, all of those characters are gay coded.
I actually can't.
They moved to like an old abandoned estate upstate.
All right.
Somewhere. That's also very gay.
Like an estate upstate.
Like an abandoned one.
Oh, if it's abandoned, it's gay.
Yes. They're
Okay.
And like what happens is like one of them's exploring in the attic. That's a very gay thing to do.
Yeah.
And he finds this old book that he opens, which only a gay kid would find an old book and find that interesting enough to open.
I agree, yeah.
And then Arthur Spiderwick, who is a historian. I don't have to say it.
Yeah.
Anyone who's a historian is gay. He devoted his life to the research, the care and feeding and research of sprites and other magical animals. Okay. And this kid finds the book and like finds that if he like looks through this little thing, he can like see this other world that's around him. There's like goblins and ghouls and trolls and pixies and fairies and sprites and like all of these magical creatures. And that's why I had the bird cage in my room that I kept my fairies in, because of Spiderwick Chronicles. No straight kid was gleaning anything from that.
Fairies.
Gay.
I mean, I don't always believe you when you say that things are gay.
But I made a pretty good case for the Spiderwick Chronicles.
But you made a really good case. Is it too late for me to indulge?
No, because this is my whole thing right now. Because I'm rereading a series of unfortunate events. I think we all should.
And when? What do you have the time to read a series of unfortunate events?
They're so short. That's what I'm saying. Like those books, like I remember reading a Spiderwick in an afternoon. Like when the new ones would come out, I'd go to Borders with my mom. I would come home. I'd read the entire book and like be done by 8 p.m.
Yeah.
They're short. They're easy to read. Yeah, they're for children, but I think we can all glean some. I keep saying glean now. I think we could all foster some sort of information from children's books and children's media.
Yeah.
But lucky for you,
What?
I know you love to hear it. There's going to be a new adaptation of it, so you don't have to watch the one starring Freddie Highmore, which I watched recently, and it's insane. Disney Plus is rebooting the Spiderwick Chronicles as a series, and I'm so excited.
Okay, I'm excited. I'm excited to get up on it.
They're doing that. They're also doing Percy Jackson.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
I was a big Percy Jackson, just the first book, The Lightning Thief. Is that the wrong thing?
No, you're right. Oh my god.
The thing is when it shocks people. Like, I read that
You
one.
read The Lightning Thief.
I
I'm
did.
floored right now.
I did. I
You
remember
think
it
you know
specifically.
someone, and then they start saying The Lightning Thief.
And you're like, whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah, that was at a time, like, you were definitely obsessed with Percy Jackson. And, like,
You just had to find a way to relate.
yeah, like, there were moments that I was like, how can I keep having a conversation with this guy? This kid.
How do I talk to this kid?
I've just, like, dropped Percy Jackson. You're like, you go on a tangent.
I'm son of Zeus. I'm son of Poseidon.
And then I'm like, yes, Joe.
Yeah.
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 Oh, you were so Poseidon coded.
I thought I was, yeah.
Yeah, you loved the water.
I've been staring at the edge of the water. Wait, it's kind of an Alessia Cara episode.
I haven't heard her name since I saw her opening for Meghan Trainor.
Long as I can remember. Did she sing that?
Yeah, it's Alessia Cara.
Did she sing that at the opening for Meghan Trainor?
Yeah, Joe.
She sang How Far I'll Go live at the Meghan Trainor show that you went to.
Yeah, Joe, because what else was she gonna do?
Scars to Your Beautiful.
She sang it.
Here.
She sang it.
Um,
When you can realize,
I liked another one of her songs. I was really into her for a day.
yeah.
Not that I'm not in. I just I
When
don't
you
think she's
can
for
realize
me.
she had a lot of bops, and so
I
did
stand by
Meghan
it.
Trainor.
Meghan Trainor makes music.
The entirety of the concert was just
I'm sure you were
hits.
ascending. Yeah.
Sing-along hits.
And you went with a straight man?
Yes. Yes. And we drank beer.
No
and
trouble.
Meghan Trainor's home state. And it was beautiful.
Massachusetts.
It was a hometown show, and it was I felt that.
Is she from like Cape Cod?
Yeah,
right?
she's from Cape Cod.
That's crazy.
Or no, she's potentially from Nantucket.
Nantucket?
Yeah, I think she might be. Because Cape Cod is like, that's normal to be from Cape Cod. But she's from Nantucket, which is less normal to be from.
People live in Nantucket year round?
Yes.
That's my dream.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
It's like Shelter Island. It's like when people live there year round, it depends. It depends on the person. Sometimes it's like a townie. And
Right.
sometimes it's like you have a lot of money. And I
That's
think that.
but I don't
Meghan
think if
was
I'd like the
the latter.
clientele of Nantucket. Like, I think that I like the idea of it, but I don't think I would enjoy being around like old money, rich, white, straight, hetero, cis families.
In Vineyard Vines.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that
You think they're wearing Vineyard Vines, Andrew? I think they're probably elevating above Vineyard Vines in Nantucket.
I think Shep and Ian are from that area, and I think that they have a hold on that area.
I think Shep and Ian, I can only assume who those people are based on context, are the creators of Vineyard Vines.
Yes, for sure.
I assume they saw a market because they saw like poor people want to aspire to be like them, and they were like, let's make a bridge between these things and apply it to like upper middle class people.
I'd be interested to do a poll. I'm going to go to Nantucket just for research
You're going to
purposes.
say, find me the Trainor household, first of all.
First of all, where is Meghan?
I really think she's from Cape Cod.
I think she's from Nantucket.
And the iPad's missing, so we can't even look it up.
Oh, that stinks.
But it's raining out.
Joe, I can't. I actually I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight because all I'm gonna hear in my dreams is, but it's raining out. But it's raining.
Anything else?
Not really. I mean, besides movies, besides books, besides probably some sort of script that you would have created that I said, sure, I'll go along with it.
Of course.
You say improv, I say, now I'm sick. Sure, I'll do it.
You're sick?
Yeah, I think that I'm looking back on some of these videos that you're showing me.
And you're sensing some anxiety.
And I can tell that I had anxiety from the start.
I don't think I've ever had anxiety in front of a camera at that age is what I'm realizing. Almost, I had too little.
It wasn't anxiety for the camera.
It was from me.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I just felt like, and this goes back to like probably one of my most recent therapy sessions, I've always had something to prove. Right. And I felt like when it came to turning on the camera to what I interpreted as your art, I felt the pressure to perform, and I felt the pressure to prove that I could perform.
That's sick and crazy because I had no other option but you. You know what I mean? Like, you weren't going to get fired.
No, I know. But I wouldn't want the camera to go off. I wouldn't want to have to do it over again. That's
stressful. Yeah.
That was stressful because if I didn't get it now though, what happened when we were children has created for me, I could be a one-take wonder.
Yeah.
I think that's something that you do really well is like owning the confidence in what you're good at, even if it's kind of a fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
Like things that you even say now, people believe because you're confident in what you're saying. Yes. Even if you're like, I didn't really know what I was doing.
Oh, yeah.
That was the same thing when we were kids. You didn't really necessarily, you did know what you were doing, but like you held true to your vision.
Yeah, I was learning it in real time.
Yes.
Yeah.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Good children to the guidance office.
Hi, y'all. Much love from Puerto Rico. Big fan. So I wanted to ask you guys, so I've been going out with this friend for like 3 months, but we've been talking for almost a year. He's a guy as well, you know, very gay and whatnot. But I've noticed that things have started to become a lot more, you know, there's tension between us. And from the start, we were like, oh yeah, this is, you know, we're going to be friends, like nothing else. But we've cuddled and we're very like flirty with each other, but neither of us really approaches and tackles the reality of what's going on between us. So what do you think I should do? Should I just bring it up and be like, hey, what's going on? You know, what are we? Because I'm scared I'm going to fuck up the friendship. Like, regardless of anything, I really appreciate his friendship, and I wouldn't want to lose him over bringing up, you know, the topic. Maybe it's not something that he's comfortable with. I don't know. Please help. I'm desperate. I really do like this person, I think. Help. Bye. Love y'all.
Aww. I love you.
I love you. I'm trying to get Joe to go to Puerto Rico. I've been saying it to you. I think that in these situations, especially if you're cuddling with a friend. There's two different types of gay friendships. No, this is not even a type of gay friend. That's not really, I don't cuddle with any of my friends. We don't even, I touch your knee.
Well, we have something wrong with us.
We have something
and
really
we know
wrong.
that.
But even like with my other friends, I wouldn't necessarily cuddle with them.
I cuddle with like
something.
Jill. Like I cuddle with more of my girlies.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like cuddle with like Garrett.
But I know gays that do.
If there's cuddling, I really do believe sometimes if you're picking up a vibe, the other person is also picking up the vibe, and that's why you're feeling that way, is you're both feeling something.
I know that you don't want to lose the friendship, but if you're feeling it,
that's what I'm saying.
That's the thing. You got to listen to your heart.
Because how will the friendship evolve if you're secretly thinking this? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I say go for it. I say
go for it.
Say, I just want to know, like, listen, like, what's going on?
You could make it like a joke. You could be like, oh my God, like, what if like we hooked up, and then just like see what happens.
Yeah.
You could be like ha ha ha, or you could
as
be
you're
like,
cuddling,
wait, do you want
like
to?
as you're like little spooning, you're like, wait. And if you do start dating and it goes really well, and then there's marriage, like I want to officiate.
Aww.
I hope for this rainy episode you had an umbrella or you embraced it. I'm sweating.
It's so fucking hot.
It's so hot. But you know what to do. You know what to do your homework. Like, comment, subscribe, rate, review. Send it to your friends. Again, if
25 each.
If you sent this podcast
to your entire
25
company.
people each, I'm not kidding, we would have 1 million listeners.
How does that math go?
Don't do the math. Don't do 1 million divided by 25
What is
because
that?
that's not our listener count.
Is that lower or higher?
Joe, it's so much higher. Are you kidding me? Thank you for listening.
And you could find us, did you say this? You can find us across all platforms at Good Children Pod. I'm on Instagram at Joe Hegyes, and I'm on TikTok at Be Quiet Joe.
I'm on Instagram at Andrew Muscarella, and I'm on TikTok at Andrew_MUSKY.
And we'll see you next week for we'll see you next week to unpack Boy State.
Oh, geez. I gotta prepare myself for that one mentally.
Yeah.
Okay.
We love you.
We love you. I'm coming clean.
I'm coming clean.
I'm coming clean. Let the rain fall. Let the rain fall. I'm coming.
Anyway, bye. Bye.